All right, guys. So we haven't talked about the 2025 Dodge Charger in a minute here. Dodge just dropped their official trailer slash commercial, whatever you want to call it, on their official Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube page. It's a 2025 Dodge Charger SRT Daytona Banshee going under a tunnel of some sort, and we're listening to speaker noises basically, but it's the exhaust. That and a bunch of people on TikTok have been finding these cars in the wild. The 2025 Dodge Charger and the 2024 Dodge Charger Scat Pack. They've been finding these cars just kind of driving around their city, and we're going to react to it and see if it changes your mind, because you may be ready to trade in that Scat or that Cat and get yourself a 2025 Dodge Charger SRT Daytona Banshee electric joint powered by A15 Apple chip. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and get into it, man. All right, so boom, here's the commercial. There's the official symbol. Let's do it again. Tell me if this is doing anything for you. I'll tell you this, it's better than the sound that it made when they debuted it. When they debuted it, it sounded like something that was coming out of a JBL speaker. Now it at least sounds like something coming out of a high quality Sony speaker. You know what I mean? There's no range to it, and I say that to say, like, with the normal engine with an ICE powered car, you hear that range. Like, as it accelerates, you hear the and then it just gets higher, but it also maintains that depth. With this particular car, everything is just baseline. Like, I can't tell if he was accelerating or if he was just maintaining one single speed. It sounded like he was just maintaining one single speed, because it was like, it wasn't getting louder. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't, the range wasn't changing. The pitch wasn't changing. Let's listen to it again. It sounds better. It sounds better than it did at one point. It sounds better than it did when they first debuted it. But I'm gonna be honest with you, it's still very much so electric. I mean, they're doing a good job, but it's still something different about it. It sounded like, if you listen to it clearly or closely, you can hear a little whine. A little whine. Let me go back. Yeah, you hear that? A little whine. You hear a little whine. A little whine. And obviously that comes from the Hellcat and the supercharger. There is no Hellcat engine in this car, and there is no supercharger, but somehow or another you can hear a whine. So between the fake whine and the fake exhaust sound coming out of that fake ass speaker that's under the car, it sounds better than it once did, but I mean, it still very much so sounds like exactly what it is, which is an electric, whatever you want to call it, all electric muscle car. But let's look at it. This is the Scat Pack, so this is going to be the high output Hurricane engine, right? I believe high output Hurricane engine. And somebody spotted this on the highway. Tell me what you think of the looks. There's not much sound going on, but let's just take a look at it. All right. How you feel about that? That's it. That's a Scat right there. That's a Scat. Look at it from the front. How you feel about it? That's what your Scat Pack is going to look like coming from the dealership right there. I mean, stock rims, the red Brembos up front. Looks like it's got 6-piston in the back and the front, so it's not going to have any trouble stopping. But that's what your car is going to look like coming off the lot right there. Red piston, red Brembos. And this looks like a stock Dodge rim. This looks like a type of rim that you would get from Dodge. Let's look at it again. I mean, from the side, it looks like a Challenger. Not even gonna lie to you. This body line right here looks like a Challenger. Even coming to the front, looks like very much so a Challenger. Nothing says Charger about this car at all. But let's keep watching. See the back here? Little spoiler or something going on back there. This thing is lifted up high. I mean, damn, this thing is inches off the ground, maybe a foot or so off the ground. Definitely needs some lowering kit. And that's the thing. with the Scat Packs that we have now, you know, it was always lowered because it's a performance car. It's got that big 6.4 liter Hemi. It's a performance car, but with this one, this shit is raised up like it's a V6. I'm not feeling that. I mean, if you threw some tint on it, 5% tint, blacked it out, lowered it, maybe even threw some blacked out rims. I don't like this emblem. The emblem is too, it just looks fake. You know, and maybe this is because it's a prototype, but this, you know, this needs to be a legitimate badge. This shit right here looks fake as I don't know what. This looks like something that, you remember that back in the day with the fake tattoos and stuff that you would slap on your arm and you put water on it and you just hold it and then you peel it off. That's exactly what this looks like. Something fake as hell like that. Let's look at the front. Passes the, believe it or not, a Dodge Caravan of all Dodges. Let's look at the front. I mean, not the ugliest car I've ever seen. I think it needs a more pronounced splitter, like a serious, legitimate front end splitter. Like if you've ever seen a Challenger without a Challenger Hellcat or Scat Pack without that front end splitter, this is exactly what this looks like. A Challenger Hellcat without a front end splitter. Like something's missing here. Front end, I mean, we've all seen these new front ends at this point. Honestly, it's not the ugliest car in the world. I don't like this configuration. Like even going back to it, like here's the body completely. Not the ugliest car in the world by any means, but it's certainly, it's not what we're used to. This looks like a Challenger from a mile away, but once you get up on it and you see the emblems and the badges and shit, obviously it's a Charger. Scratch the rims. I don't like this silver shit right here. Black it out. Lower this right here. This monster truck, Scat Pack. I'm not feeling this either. Way too lifted in the back. I mean, look at all that ground clearance. I don't know if you're taking this to the strip or if you're going on a mountain with this. You know what I mean? But either way, I'm not feeling it. But not the ugliest car, but it definitely needs some seasoning. This looks real dry right here. Scratch that. Let's go to another one. I'm gonna go ahead and mute the audio because there's music in it. So you get to see it from the back. This is in some ugly ass orange. So that's what it's going to look like from the back. What are those? Those look like maybe 295s on the back as far as tire size is concerned. Once again, this car is lifted like a mother. Like this shit looks like an off-roading something. Like look how lifted this is relative to the curve. Like this thing is lifted and it's jacked up in the back. Now with this being a Scat, or this is a RT stage 1. So maybe this is, yeah, okay. So this is the RT, which is obviously below the Scat. That makes sense, but damn, this thing is lifted. I don't like that rear end at all. I'm not feeling that shit at all. I'm not feeling that at all. Now, boom, there it is. There it is in its entirety. All right, so you got the body colored rear end, body colored trunk, and then the fender, the bumper in the back is going to be like a gloss black. Michigan, obviously, because that's where the headquarters is. Your sunroof is going to be black. Gloss. It's not the ugliest car in the world, guys. I'll be honest with you, but it is certainly not what we're used to. And let's break it down here. I don't like this shit at all. This looks like just a sedan without, you know, 2 more doors. Completely lifted in the back. Once again, I hate that. Look at all that wheel gap and stuff right here. Look at how much gap there is between the car and the road. Nothing about this car says performance whatsoever. I'm not feeling this. And this is the RT trim. As you fake ass RT badge right here. Not feeling that at all. That's it from the front in this orange color, maybe like a Go Mango. Once again, I think this front end splitter should be more pronounced. You know, I'm not feeling it. The only thing I like about this car is that front end light, like that light bar that goes from left to right on this car. I like the light bar. Nothing else about it. I don't even know if this one has fog lights. I don't remember if they came with fog lights or not. So here's another set of SRT, well, RT rims. These look like 20s, I guess. These got to be 20s. They can't be 18s. So we got 20s here. A lot of damn wheel gap on an RT. Stage 1 RT. I don't like that orange, but then again, that may be just the Go Mango orange, so maybe I'm tripping. Whole lot of wheel gap. Jesus, whole lot of wheel gap. No spoiler back here, so I guess the RTs don't come with spoilers. You know, I'm not feeling this at all. Nothing about this is screaming, is talking to me at all. Nothing about that. Let's move on. What's the another one here? So we got another one from the back. We can really see how thick this thing is. All right, so this right here might be this is the EV. So this is the top of the line. And that's why these tires look massive. Okay, so these have got to be 300s. It almost looks like a wide body from the back on the EV. You do see the spoiler, so this has to be the SRT variant. All right, so boom, look at that. That's okay. That's not bad. You know what I'm saying? That looks mean and aggressive. It's got the fender flares, though the fenders are flaring out a little bit. I'm assuming these are 300s all the way around. I believe that's what the commercial said when we were watching it back in the day. Was that these were going to be 300s all the way around. You know, the wheel gap is certainly there. It's still lifted in the back, jacked up. It's got kind of that old school muscle look where the back is jacked up and the front's tilted down. You got your spoiler here. Let's see if we can get a little, get a little closer there. So that's the closest we can get. Silver with the black gloss rear bumper, black gloss mirrors, black gloss sunroof here. So it's going to have that two-tone sunroof where it's like whatever body color you go with, and then the sunroof is going to be, or the roof is going to be black. I mean, this isn't the worst. So the SRT Daytona, the Banshee, the SRT version is not bad at all. Certainly not what we're driving now. Certainly not what I'm driving right now. Doesn't look like a Charger at all. Looks very much so Challenger-ish, unless you're going back to the old Charger, which then again, I can understand that. But as far as the Chargers that we're used to in our generation, looks nothing like it whatsoever. But that's it, Those are some of the spot shots. That's what we've been seeing. And then, of course, with that fake-ass exhaust, let's turn it up. You hear that whine. There is a whine there. They're doing the best they can. They're doing the best they can to make that sound like a real engine. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Not what we're used to. And I think that if this was any other brand, they may be able to pass this by us. But considering this is a Dodge, and we know what Hemis sound like, we know what RTs sound like, we know what Scats sound like, we know what Cats sound like, we know what Demons sound like. Because of that, it's one of those things like you can't fool us. Like you can't pull the wool over our eyes on this one. But talk to me, guys. How do you feel about it? Dodge just dropped that new commercial. They're doing everything they can to hype up this car. Because I think that this car means a lot more to Dodge than we think it does. Like, I really believe that if Dodge doesn't hit it out the park with the sale of this 2025 Dodge Charger, we may not see a Dodge in 26 or 27, or it may not be called Dodge. It may be something else, like straight up and down. From what I've been reading, Dodge is putting a lot of, stock in this new car coming out. And if it does not sell the way that they're hoping and praying and anticipating it will, we may not see a Dodge in 26. There may be no 2026 Dodge Charger, Dodge any damn thing. You know what I mean? Because what do they have? They have the Charger, they have the Daytona, the Durango, and then they have the Hornet. They got 3 cars that they're hoping on. Nobody's buying the Hornet. That's dead in the water. That'll probably be going in the next 2 years or so. The Durango is selling, but the Durango is a 7-seater, 3-row SUV. That doesn't fit everybody. Like, I don't have a family. I don't need a 7-seater SUV. You know what I'm saying? Especially one that doesn't have a Hellcat or a 392 or a Hemi engine in it. So those aren't going to continue to sell as well as they are. So they're banking on this Charger selling. And if it does not, it's going to be a sad day for Dodge. But talk to me, man. How do you feel about what you're seeing? Does this change your mind at all? Right? Some of you guys are going to listen to that and say, you know what? That's not as bad as I thought. Some of you guys are going to look at the clips here and say, you know what? It doesn't look as bad as I thought. Right? Are you feeling that orange, that Go Mango orange? Are you feeling the black with the 20-inch silver joints on there? The RT, the Scat Pack badges, all that stuff? The wide body, Charger? Are you guys feeling that? I don't know. Talk to me. Like, subscribe, comment. It's been your boy Knockout 360. How you guys feeling about it? Peace.